On your side, this is News 12 First at 5.
It's got everyone who watches it talking. This video leads to an officer being fired and a student charged with disrupting school. Some teachers say it comes down to discipline.
I truly believe that the teacher should have separated that situation or left it alone until later.
But no one can seem to agree just how to handle these difficult situations. Good afternoon, I'm Richard Rogers.
And I'm Christy Etheridge. We wanted to know what local educators are saying about that controversial issue, discipline in the classroom. I spoke to a couple of teachers with differing opinions. One thing everyone can agree on, though, is you don't know what it's like until you're inside the classroom. But this is something experienced teachers have been dealing with for years.
Kids know what they face. So guess what? By her not moving, she might have been able to find out that later on at the end of that period, she was suspended for 3, 5, or even 10 days.
Now coming up on News 12 at 6 o'clock, hear from a former teacher who says some students think they're above the law these days.
So we want to hear from you. Do you think teachers should have a bigger role when it comes to discipline in the classroom? Share your thoughts with us on Twitter and on Facebook. And Christy, a lot of people are talking about the power struggle right now in the classroom because of all this.
Yeah, it's true. It's very difficult. I spoke to several teachers today. It's all about keeping control of the classroom, and sometimes that can be very difficult. So you'll hear more about that at 6 o'clock. Well, you know the biggest ways to keep your kids safe on Halloween. Wear reflective clothing, check their candy, trick or treat in big groups. But what about the dangers you don't see? News 12's Logan Nestor talked to law enforcement about how they're planning to keep your children safe from possible predators.
Georgia and South Carolina both have laws preventing sex offenders on probation from participating in Halloween. Some counties go to check to make sure those sex offenders don't have lights on or decorations out. Aiken County is making the sex offenders come to them. Halloween should be about ghosts and ghouls, not predators.
Halloween is a night for the kids to go out and have fun trick-or-treating. They shouldn't worry about going out under supervision and trick-or-treating through the communities. We are trying to make sure everything is safe and enjoyable for the kids.
Sex offenders on probation across Georgia and South Carolina cannot participate in Halloween activities. But the Aiken County Probation Office takes it one step further.
We have sex offenders that are currently on probation for a sex offense. They would be required to come to our office for a Halloween night.
42 people on probation for sex crimes are expected to show up at 5 p.m. They can't leave until 9 p.m. With all their sex offenders in one place, the probation office updates their information.
While they're here, we take office reports on them. We update all their information. We update their pictures. So we have an updated photo on each of the sex offenders. We drug test them.
The extra precautions seem to be working. Last year in South Carolina, only one sex offender was arrested on Halloween. If a sex offender doesn't show up at 5 o'clock, the probation office starts searching.
We would issue a warrant for their arrest, and we would send agents out to arrest them that night if we're able to find them that evening.
The Aiken County Probation Office handles all sex offenders who are still on probation. The Sheriff's Office is responsible for the registration of all other sex offenders. The Sheriff's Office told me today they won't be going door to door for those sex offenders no longer on probation.
But you know, Logan, it's easier than ever to look up who's in your area. Most registered sex offenders you can find online, so if you want to check that out before you head to your child's Halloween route, that's always a good idea.
You're right, absolutely. There are all kinds of websites you can check. You just put in your zip code, put in your address, and it'll tell you how many sex offenders are within 5, 10, 15 miles from you.
And for parents, if they stick to neighborhoods they know, even better.
Absolutely.
Logan, thanks a lot. In other news tonight, North Augusta Elementary School principal facing charges after officers say they found 18 empty beer cans in his truck. Michael Watson of Hammond Hills charged with DUI and open container charges. Aiken County Schools say Watson was placed on leave following the arrest. The assistant principal is taking over principal duties.
Well, we have isolated showers across the two-state right now. We've actually got one on our live eye camera right now looking down Washington Road. Look how threatening that cloud looks. That's the cloud touching the ground, so there's some rain showers out there. And we can actually see it on a different viewpoint, a Doppler Max radar. Looking to the northwest of Augusta, we see a little blip on the radar. That little cell right there is what we were just looking at through our live eye camera. So talk about an isolated shower. So a passing shower for the next half hour or so in the Augusta area. Not going to last long. Scarecast for you if you're heading out to time to scare. Hey, 5 o'clock, that's now. Could see a passing sprinkle, temperatures in the 70s, and then partly cloudy skies as we head through the evening. More details on the rest of the week coming up.
Thanks, Kevin. From the crime team, a Hepzibah woman will serve 12 months of probation after charges of operating an unlicensed personal care home. Tamika Burns was charged with a felony last September, but the court was not able to prove a felony charge because there was no sign of neglect, abuse, or exploitation in the home toward the patients there. The deputy of community health says 18 people, though, were living in the 4-bedroom home.
A new reason to head to the lake as a developer works to bring a lakeside resort to Clarks Hill. News 12's Alma McCarty talked to leaders working to bring a water park to Lincoln County.
Just over the bridge into Lincoln County is Cherokee Park, and during the season, it's $4 a car. Give it 2 years and you'll be getting a lot more bang for your buck with the addition of a water park.
They're going to see it and start screaming right there. Let's go, let's go.
It's a county of untapped potential.
413 miles of undeveloped shoreline.
And along this shoreline, a water park, cabins, an amphitheater, hotel, planned in an already popular recreation area. The end goal is a lakeside resort.
18-month process. Hopefully we get ground broken within about a year, and the goal at this point I think would be to open during the season of 2017.
John Stone heads the development authority for Lincoln County. He says even when he lived in Augusta, he connected with this place the most.
You look at the quality of life here and the natural resources available, it's just absolutely incredible.
Talks of a water park have been in the works for years. The county signed a contract with Spirit of America, a company that just opened a park in Macon. And along with the park will come more jobs.
About 40 to 50 seasonal jobs, which for our county has always been an issue of what do the kids do during the summer who want to make a few extra bucks and don't want to drive to Augusta.
Stone says Scuttles Island Water Park, planned for North Augusta, won't be in direct competition. Having two in the area could actually help.
Two will work fine together. Just like the winery venues in North Georgia, which you had one winery, it constantly went broke. When you had 8, they all make money because people like going to all of them.
Stone says he's not worried about getting the word out on this park or even the accessibility, because as people drive down this road, which is really just a continuation of Washington Road, they'll cross the bridge and see the water park off in the distance. In Lincoln County, Alma McCarty, News 12.
Sounds good, Alma. Thank you. A group of public safety workers joining together today to show their support of the Richmond County SPLOST vote. The current SPLOST package sends 80% of its funds to public safety and infrastructure. The CSRA Police Benevolent Association and the Augusta Professional Firefighters Association say the expenses for their departments are necessities and not luxury items. SPLOST 7 will be on that ballot for Richmond County voters on Election Day, which is less than 1 week away.
All new first at 5, Charleston police have released more evidence in the shooting attack at Emmanuel AME that killed 9 people. The incident report describes how officers arrived at the scene along with dozens of photographs of the church, but none of the crime scene. Police said while the media and the public have a right to information in the case, gory videos and photographs do not serve a purpose to the public.
One of the contractors working to finish 2 nuclear reactors at Plant Vogtle has left that massive project. Now Georgia Power and other companies are settling lawsuits over the site's construction, paying more than $500 million to settle claims over who's responsible for delays at the Burke County facility. Construction delays now mean the first reactor is scheduled to be open in June of 2019, the second one following in June of 2020.
Well, it is never too early to start the Halloween celebrations, and going on right now in Augusta, the Time to Scare Halloween Festival is well underway. News 12's Meredith Anderson and Tim Strong join us live from Diamond Lakes Park, where looks like they're already ready for the costume contest. I can't even barely tell who that is. Tim, is that you? You look, what are you?
Hey, Richard. Hello, everybody. We're out at the Diamond Lakes Community Center here for Time to Scare. This has nothing to do with scaring at all. The monkey is not on my back, but I get to this time. I'm taking a, hey, joining me, someone who's not here, it all comes together, doesn't it? Meredith, hello.
It does. Did you think that I was the gorilla for a second? I hope not. But we're already having so much fun out here. Lots of laughs, but of course lots of scares too. We've got the haunted house, and we've actually got some of the characters watching right now. One of you want to come in and...
There's people here, and
yeah,
they're making this feel very weird.
It's pretty scary. But the line is already lining up outside. We've seen some great costumes so far. Frozen seems to be...
Again, the norm. That's a popular one.
But there are lots of games down here. We've also got lots of candy.
There is lots of candy.
Tim, I want you to take a little walk to show everybody the full extent of this.
Oh, I dropped my.
Take a look at Tim.
I think it turned off. That's off.
Tim is starting to deflate a little bit. He has a fan attached to him, but we take a look at the scary haunted house people. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Academy, Great Deals on Furniture, and Aiken Regional Medical Center. Tim is still adjusting himself.
That's a lot.
I cannot believe I'm a banana on live television. I'll send it back to you.
The yellow face work is
Thanks
really
are bananas here.
very nicely done, Tim and Meredith, and a good time tonight's Time to Scare. It's up and running right now.
Yeah,
A
obviously.
face full of yellow.
You know, the people behind them are positively terrifying,
They
but
really-
I can't keep a straight face
Yeah,
looking
right.
at Meredith.
That Scott got scarier by the second, I believe. Well, still to come, first at 5, 20 people end up in the water after a dock collapses at a seafood restaurant near Charleston. We'll take you there to show you the damage.
We've got a shower passing through Augusta right now, but not a lot of rain in the forecast. Details are coming up.
Plus, the doctors debate how old should a woman be when she gets her first mammogram. We'll tell you.